Anthony Warnke. Next up, a dear, dear friend of mine, Jeremy Springsteed is a shadow of gluttonous literary endeavors, spending much of his time making coffee work for many mouths in Seattle. He's thinking about moving to tea in the near future. Everybody welcome up Jeremy Springsteed.
This all takes place 15 to 20 years ago in the Salt Lake Valley, west of 3200 and south of 7800. How carefully these dirt farms were planned into our neighborhood. Every 80 feet a street light, floor plans A through F carefully arranged to get a balance of residency. A man stood in the field and looked around. These will be the roads, here the Chevron, and here the Albertsons, and the Blockbuster alongside the Pizza Hut. These plans and designs for lives, our lives. They built these homes and they demanded our bodies, report cards, pay stubs. This community was planned, the suitable loans already agreed on. They built these houses to contain us, to direct us to demographic debt and interest, capture imagination with the changing of a storefront. There was a park with a plastic slide that the contractors built for the children of our newly founded sprawl town, and we believed that the playground was a gift to these well-groomed children, built on the land that the copper mine's poisoned water had run across. The entire park and gully were subject to major soil cleanup. The children couldn't slide for weeks. There once was a sprawl town, and it's almost 20 years old now. Let it be said that I was there at the birth. We loved in the way that people who know they have to get out do. We loved like caged animals looking to dig a common hole. And did it really matter who I was or who you might have been? Only that we can muddy and bloody our nails together. As I hold your face in my mind's hands, I think how sorry it is that I don't know what it was that you dug for. Once there was a sprawl town. I was there before the fences, during the days of dirt lawns and moving trucks. We descended on the town like locusts. We devoured ground and wind and turned it into green and home. Once there was excitement over the opening of a grocery store and gas station fast food combo. The children lost their virginity here. We received driver's license and worked part-time jobs so we could sneak out of our parents' house. Once we believed that the world was larger than these planned streets. What was it that we were looking for those nights? 4 white faces shining in white moonlight. The white of our eyes trained on our parents' bedrooms, pushing the T-bird in neutral down the driveway past the stop sign. And we would roam these sleeping streets. What were we looking for? Impromptu dance parties and iced-over parking lots, poetry reading and writing in the Denny's dining room. What was that tattooed on our spleens? There were windows in all those homes that were occupied with the silent dreamers of escape, staring deep into the distance, past mountains of the dead lake, and these children who hated their parents' hard work, dwindling away at jobs to provide home and food, TVs and cars, shoes and bell money. All the children asked for was to be left in the cell a day or two to have something happen. When we started, we didn't know what it all meant, armed with books and poems from times gone by that seemed aimed at us, equipped with full gas tanks, 4 wheels, weed, ephedra, angst, and hope. We began running with no finishing line in mind, because we found that burning these ordered streets to the sky was undesirable, because if there was possibility in our bodies, others must have it too, because the violent answer that burnt in our chests and felt like the correct answer was not our answer. We ran. We scattered like the police had just rolled up. And look now at our scatter, occupying the major cities of the country, or gone back to these strangle streets because that's all we understand, or some of us still on the run with no victory line in sight, only fear of that place we started, and took the first step knowing what it meant. Fear. Here we had mother, father, brother, sister, dog, 2.5 car, food, shoe, Diet Coke. Here we had Saturday chores of lawn mowing, garage sweeping, bed making, toilet scrubbing. Here, everything was a given. It is as it is because that's the way it has to be here. Always safety and mundane understanding. Here, some of us wanted to drink fire, so found smoke. We felt we didn't match the equation and it all must be worked back to zero. This is where we learned the sting of batteries flying from pickup truck windows, the hue of humiliation, felt the fresh of fleshless knuckles, disagreements stated with a rock to the back of the head. This is how we learned concealment. We stumble into correct diction and theme, when to wear a t-shirt or a tie. We were asked to thank the aggressor for their public service, told to apologize for our unkempt psyches, to trim our hair and tuck in our shirts, filled and siloed to the west. We watched the tunnels turn to earth, to street, open pits that would become basements. What were those strange markings on the silo's walls? That summer we opened the top hatch and set the inner ablaze, bringing tokens of childhood violation, fed them to the flame, dancing pagan around the cone-top cylinder. Holes filled with concrete and rebar, wooden skeletons of homes rose on top. Those late nights we spied specters of future in those not yet homes, making out in the would-be master bedrooms, friends drinking clandestine beers and smoking ill-gotten cigarettes in the future children's room. We blessed these homes for the families that would reject us, and our hopeful gestures. There once was a sprawl town where the young men felt strange, shades drawn on the barrel window well basement. There they danced shirtless, candles covered the room, heathen below parents' feet, the bare-chested boys pouring hot wax on each other's bodies, searching out the brightest pain, and words to express where the mind went in that moment. There once were children who lived in a young development that learned together pain and nudity and believed their natural unity. What were these savage boys looking for, running naked through the park at night, swinging shorts above head in a Ute war cry, black lab bouncing along our striding naked bodies, or swimming otter-like, pale asses reflecting in the moon in the midst of water, reflecting stars, penises proudly displayed in grandparents' sitting rooms for midnight poetics, fevered bodies combusting word, feeling, and fear into great new dramas.